My name's Andrew Sosner and I'm the Managing Director of Fyne Audio. Our actual factory is not situated on the shores of Loch Fyne. We'd love it to be, but for practical reasons we have to be nearer where all the activity happens. So we're actually based between Glasgow and Edinburgh, which are the two big cities in Scotland, just to the west side of Glasgow, in a town called Bellshill. So we started manufacturing here in Bellshill around 2 years ago. Firstly with the F1, our flagship range was the first manufactured product that we brought to market, the F110, quickly followed by the F112, and then we brought in the range, the 700 range products. The F702 was the first one, and then the F703, and then we've subsequently brought in the F701 and 700. In between times, we launched a special version of our 500 series product, the F502, and a smaller brother to the F502, which is the F501 SP, which stands for Special Production. So the process within the factory is to build sub-assemblies. Each loudspeaker has different sub-assemblies inside it. There's a crossover assembly in every loudspeaker. There's a terminal panel assembly in every loudspeaker. There's the driver itself in the loudspeaker. All of that then is built into the cabinet, which is then tested and then packed, ready for shipping to our customers. The heart of our product is our point source driver, the ISOFlare. So this is a component we have to assemble completely here in the factory. You know, all of the parts, from the basket, from the cone, the voice coil, the surround, all of it is assembled and built up within the factory, tested separately as a component before we then have it ready for assembly into the final product. On our crossover line, you can see that we assemble all the components onto a board as opposed to a printed circuit board. And this is all part of manufacturing a product that meets the very highest audio quality. We've got a whole range of different electronic components, capacitors, inductors, resistors, in some cases transformers, all connected, positioned in a special way to minimize any interference between the components. And all of that comes out of Dr. Paul's head in terms of giving it that acoustic sparkle. Another sub-assembly area is lead assemblies. So all the crossover boards need to be attached to the product. So one part of the crossover is attached to the terminal panel, the other part will be attached to the drive unit. So we have to make up the lead assembly, which is a series of high quality wires. So again, we have a station for both cutting and stripping those wires, which we then solder onto the crossover board. So the focus of our factory is to have everything, as much as we can anyway, made locally. And there's some really complex precision components that we don't have the capabilities to manufacture ourselves. So when you look at some of our really complicated metalwork, for example, we have that made by a close local supplier here in Scotland. Packaging would be the same. So, but we're bringing everything in from local supply where we can.